Hello everyone and welcome back to Tommy's Celtic Talk. Apologies for this, it was a can that was in the back of the fridge, and our fridge at the minute, if it's too close to the door, it doesn't get cold whatsoever, and if it's too far back, it becomes a fucking freezer. So if anything, that's better. If you put the cans at the back, that's all good. Well, welcome. Today we talk about Ross County, who gave us a bit of a game, didn't they?
Oh, Father, why are you so sad on this bright Easter morn?
I'll keep you back to Derry McInnes a couple of weeks ago, Mr Johnston, Andy Considine's well above his head, but as I said at half time, we'll not be many people knowing this week about the decisions.
Like it was cool can penalty.
Now this is the major talking point of this game, VAR again, and for me, I wouldn't say Stonewaller. I don't think he knows anything about it, the Ross County player here. When it comes in, if the hands, natural enough, but by the rules of the game, it impacted Cameron Carter-Ficker's header, and by the rules of the game, that's a penalty, and that's why VAR was brought on in the first place. For situations like that. So a penalty, not the biggest Stonewaller in the world, but a penalty, yes. And Jota, who's been the penalty taker since Moy has been, he's injured there. He wasn't playing the last time when Jota took it. Always thought it was a weird choice with Jota. I don't think he's the best one-on-one finisher, but slotted away perfectly down the middle. That's all right with me. 1-0. I believe the last kick before the second half. So what a time to do it. I think Malky Mackay, he set up the Ross County team in a very negative way. He had two up front, which is fine, but it was the old get the goalkeeper, smack it up the pitch, land on the big guy's head, get it down to Brophy to try and sweep up the wee chances that might form from there. Didn't work out the way he liked. They were obviously going for set pieces, that sort of thing. They're a big team, but yeah, Celtic weren't the greatest either. We sort of made them look better than what they were there. You go on to our play, the passing that we are known well for under Ange is Barcelona-like crisp play, and the passing was terrible. The first half and second half as well. There was a few moments of our old self, but Callum McGregor put a few slack ones in. I think Starfelt's was terrible today. The amount of slack passes he was putting in at the back, trying to get Carter Vickers straight over the defender, and you remember that one? Was it the first half? He had Joe Hart running over to him. I think he had a defender on his right, and he just smacks it straight off him. I think that Kobayashi, we need to start phasing him into the team now alongside Carter Vickers, because Starfelt, although the record is good with him and Cameron Carter Vickers, it's basically because we're playing pure shite, aren't we? We're playing shite teams, and we're getting away with it because we're all over them. Now, a European team that's going to be coming back at us, that's why he makes mistakes in Old Firm games. He makes mistakes in Europe because they're coming at him, they're pressing against him. Now, for all the pressing that Ross County was doing there, he should have done better in my eyes.
And then he can't find the target.
What the fuck was that? Now, we all know that today wasn't perfect, but it's impossible to go the whole season playing crisp 7-0 wins. Now, I predicted a 2-1 win today from us. I knew it was going to be tight. It was a very tight game, and there was times there around 75th minute to about 85th where Ross County were on us. They were getting chances, they were getting set pieces. They had a very close chance there with the head. Joe Hart got a hand at, and I think it landed on a Ross County. Landed at his feet. He was about to tuck it away, and then we managed to get it cleared. But that could have easily been points dropped today. But proper resilient play by the Hoops again, and we move on. So we do. Jota's goal, Burnaby. Jesus, no, where did they pull that out of? Greg Taylor gets injured, which is worrying for the Old Firm game. Greg Taylor, anytime he's injured, I panic. I think he's one of our most important players. And for me, Greg Taylor, he would need to be a starter in the Old Firm, because Burnaby, he's good, he's got acceleration, he's got a bit of 1-2 play about him, but even, you seen the dribbles off him there with him and Haksabanovic. They're trying to do 1-2s. He's not aware of the players around him. He got the ball taken off him, because, you ever see them players, they look around them, you know what I mean? They look around them to see, okay, maybe, Ross County midfielder here, a defender, right? He'll be running over to me. I've got Haksabanovic on the left. He doesn't seem to do that, so he's holding the ball. He maybe sees them two players in front of him, and then, that player comes around and gets the ball clean off his toe. So there's a lot that needs to be worked on in Burnaby's game, and I think that's why you don't see him too often. But my God, pass, I believe it was from Jota, came past, forget the player who dummied it, but holy God, comes to him. You knew he was going to shoot, but I thought it was going to be like Itawa. Remember his effort there? I think it was Callum McGregor gave it to him. That ball's still travelling. I thought it was going to be something similar to that. So, I wasn't getting too excited for it. It just... The ball sort of sent it up for him. Bang! Left foot, back of the net. Sweet as a nut.
Jota and Turnbull doing ever so well here. There's Burnaby. He's got forward so often.
And just like that, 3 points in the bag, 8 games to go, and we can't see anything but another league win, 2 in a row for Ange's Celtic. And Rangers, they've been on this similar form to ourselves. I watched the Dundee United game on Saturday, and they weren't convincing against Dundee United, but either were we against Ross County today. Now, Hatate Moy will be back. I think Abada will be out for the game. And obviously Taylor. I'm not sure, we'll get analysis, I'm sure, before the game. But worst case scenario, we'll get Burnaby starting. And we wouldn't mind a goal like that against them fucking scum rats, would we? So if that happens, it's a big test for Burnaby. But going into the game, I'm happy. You always get them games. Like Ross County, Inverness a few years back, St Mirren. Them teams, they're not the greatest on paper, but they always seem to give Celtic a hard time, don't they? So there were points that we would have dropped in the past. We're not dropping them now. We get the full points in the bag. Nobody's complaining. The Celtic fans signed for out there in that game.
For young Dylan Smith, getting too tight, being turned immediately.
I just thought I would get that clip in there of, I know the defender is very inexperienced. I believe he was only 16 years of age, but by God, when he came on, he bossed that defence like that. They're big guys, at the back for Ross County. We're the smaller team, there's no doubt about that, but he's strong on the ball, isn't he? He sort of gets into the back of people, he holds up the ball a bit like Giakoumakis, but the difference is I think 1 or 2 more goals from him. You know, he's got a few tap-ins there. See, I was raging that didn't go in. See if that goes in, the confidence for him is going to skyrocket. I would love to see an old Kyogo partnership. I love Vinegar, McDonald, you know, Chris Sutton, Larson. I think the Asian partnership, but one sort of bulky one, he can hold it up, and one, you know, big time poacher finisher. That's what we need up top. He tried it, Giakoumakis and Kyogo against Shakhtar, and you know, we've seen it maybe 1 or 2 games over than that, but we know he likes Kyogo up in the middle. But I think it will be a brilliant, no, just change of pace. Like, people got used to Brendan Rodgers 4-2-3-1, and I'm not saying they're getting used to the 4-3-3, but it would be nice to see a wee mix up, you know, maybe a 4-1-2-1-2, a 4-4-2, you know, just something a bit different to sort of catch a few teams off guard. Now, for Rangers, I think, you know, it's going to be basically that team that plays. I think it's, other than the midfield, he's going to have obviously McGregor defensive mid, and he's going to have Moy if fit, and Hatate, or O'Reilly. But other than that, it's going to be the exact same, isn't it? You know, he's became predictable enough that way, but sure, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. But we'll wrap it up there for today. 3 points in the bag for the Hoops. Once again, Ange and the boys are 9 points clear with 8 games to go. I'll see you all for the Old Firm game on Saturday. I'll be going down to the Wolf Tone to get absolutely off my fucking mind. And shout out to my dad, who'll be alongside me. As always, hail, hail.
Yeah, it must be an old flag, mate. We are champions, eh? It must be an old flag, yeah? Since he's up dead.
Yeah, he's up dead.
Ah, he's up dead, mate! Ah! Get up, yeah!